And this is probably the most controversial Jeep. I'm just gonna go right to it. Right? People are really, people are used to square, and you've made it pointy and round. What was the thinking behind that? People are used to square, and you've made it pointy and round. What was the thinking behind that?
Well, what we wanted to do with the Cherokee design was really make sure that we had a design that was true to Jeep, but reflected the segment going forward and what we've seen develop in the segment. I mean, this is the largest segment in the US that's dominated by other players. It's a segment where we've historically performed incredibly well, and we needed to make sure that our new Cherokee was progressive and had everything it needed to be successful. And I have to say, the feedback that I've received as this vehicle has become more known and people have seen it more often is that the design is actually resonating very well with a number of people.
Now, you've been at Jeep for a long time. You've been there, what, over 10 years now, right?
I've been with the company for a long time.
Yeah. Where do you see Jeep and yourself and the brand 10 years from now? Is this the direction, or is the Wrangler direction, or are you going to kind of go into different directions? Because that's really what you're doing. You're taking it into a different segment, right? You're getting it beyond the normal Jeep people.
Absolutely.
And that's painful.
Yeah, it's painful, but it's something very, very necessary for us to do. I mean, we are an SUV brand, and I think not only should we be competitive in every SUV segment that's available for us, we should be competing in the upper quartile in all of them. So sometimes it's painful, but that's where Jeep should be. It deserves to be there. So if I talk about our design cues into the future, the great thing about Jeep is we already have two kind of bookends. We have Wrangler, which is a timeless, iconic design, and then we have Grand Cherokee, which is much smoother, a more sporty design. So between there, that gives us a lot of places that we can go and we can explore. I think the most important thing is that it is a true Jeep. So what defines true Jeep? Well, of course, it goes beyond the 7-slot grille. It talks about its capability and the other styling cues, and all of them will fit into that DNA map.
It feels very European to me, and I'm European and you're European, but in America it feels very foreign, I think, to some people, and at least when they see it in a picture, not when you're standing next to it. It's a different vehicle when you're standing next to it.
Absolutely, it's a completely different vehicle. I don't think that the pictures can do the vehicle justice, and I have been really delighted with the reaction of people that have seen it on the road, because obviously pre-production, it's out on the road, it's being its final testing has now been completed. And the reaction of the US guys and girls has been really, really strong, very good, particularly for trail haul, which this one is.
So in 2015 there'll be a new Wrangler, which is kind of the DNA of the Jeep brand.
Sure.
And this year you put the diesel into the Grand Cherokee. Yep. You have a diesel in Wrangler in Europe, which you build here and ship across the ocean.
We do.
So does that portend the fact that there might be a diesel engine in Wrangler in the next gen?